Hello everyone, I am Plankera. Today I'm going to continue cutting out this arc for a Shalom from Path to Nowhere rig. So I think it is time to start redrawing the shirt. Let's go hide the coat there. And right now I'm noticing that these parts aren't coming together quite as well as I want them to. So before I start doing some more cutting and redrawing, I want to work a little bit on the elbow here. Oh, I do not have the right brush. There we go. That's better. So I just kind of want these colors to blend together a little bit better. There we go. The dark here was just perhaps a little bit too dark. We're going to make it match over here a little better. Then I'll just redo the line a little bit after. There we go. I don't think I need to unlock the layer to fix the line here. So I'll just do that. Just go back through and put it back on. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a bit better. And then I think I want the line to be a little bit lighter on the top here. I think the separation there's a little bit too strong. Just gonna lighten it up just a little. Alright. Just get that in there. Just checking without both layers real quick just to make sure that they're appropriately independent of each other. Okay. So with that done, I've already cut the basic parts of the majority of the shirt here. We'll go ahead and hide those parts. And we'll get in here. First, I'm gonna hide all of the shirt collar parts. And then I'll start hiding all the sleeves and stuff and all that good stuff. Oh, I accidentally put this in here. This should not be in there. There we go. Okay, so now I just have to erase all the parts that don't really belong here. Although I think I said that I wanted to keep a copy of this. Although I think I have the copy in the part that I separated. So we can just go in and start taking out these parts that now exist on other layers. And I just didn't feel like cutting out right now. Oh yeah, and the hair kind of goes on the shirt, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hide the head while I work on this, just to make sure nothing gets in my way, and I can see everything very clearly. I think this part will go on top of the arm, so I'm going to make sure this little seam, this little line, is very clearly cut. I'm being very particular about the width of the line there. Over here there's going to be a little bit of redrawing, so I'm not too concerned with getting this perfect. The line over here is looking a little bit messy, so we're going to clean him a little. Okay. But yeah, you can see there's a little bit of overlap here, so I need to kind of draw out here a little bit. Although I am going to have to be careful since I was initially planning on putting the arm on top or underneath this, but maybe with this kind of shape right here, I might have to put it on top of it. I will experiment with that shortly. But first, I'm just gonna cut this out since it's no longer needed. And I'll start redrawing everything else. I'll just get everything down and then I'll decide exactly how I want the layer order to be. Oh man. Alright, so that should be the arm cut out there. I kind of want to check this against a black and white background. Let's do the black first. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling. It's like when everything is gray, it can be kind of hard to see when against the gray background, so that's when you bring in the other colors. So far, I don't think I need the neon green, but we shall see. Neon green background comes later. And just make sure that all of this is nice and clean while I'm here. Because, man, it looks like I didn't actually cut parts of this super well. Oh, that's deeply unfortunate. I guess I'll go hide the back of the shirt just to make my life easy. Make sure I know what I'm cutting here. There we go. It's okay, at the end I'll be going back around and really making sure that everything's nice and clean. Got some slight hiccups here. Okay. So that should be good. Let's check white real quick. Yeah, I might have to redo some of the lines, but I guess that's fine. Here's a bit thick. Okay. Alright. Yeah, let's just keep going. Hide the chest parts real quick. A lot of this over here is going to be cut out. I don't really want it to overlap the collar too much. I want to make sure the collar has lots of room to roam. This should be fine. I'll probably just let's use this color. Just kind of straighten it out a little. Alright, so now I just gotta go in and remove the collar from this layer. So this is also where I start thinking about things like rest physics and that kind of thing to figure out exactly how I want to separate her chest out here. And I don't think anything too bouncy suits this character, so I'll probably keep it pretty low-key and simple. Let's see, this is all from... Okay, how do I want to separate that? So I can see that this shadow over here appears to be from the collar. So I'm debating, do I make a separate layer for the collar shadow? And I'm looking at here with just how it's shaded, and I honestly don't think it's necessary. It's not like a proper cast shadow. It looks more like a fold, a wrinkle. So I think I'll just treat it like that. So we'll just get it out of there. Let's lock this layer for now. You can see the difference between these colors are very slight. So I'm definitely gonna have to, like, do lines on like white or something. Okay. I need to turn the collar on for a second so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. But I want this to be a little bit rounder. And we'll just go up into it like this. I think this should be okay. Yeah, I think that looks okay. And then once again, this is a shadow from the collar. I think this is where I'm gonna go reference the original a little bit. Let me use my unupscaled reference right here. Try to get a feel for how this should be structured. Because part of that is definitely a shadow from the collar, but another part of it appears to be a fold on the chest, just making this little triangle. Because a cast shadow from the collar would get this part, but not this part. So that makes me think that this fold just continues upward, kind of like this. Just follow the angle of the shadow there. It'll go up like this. And I should just be able to draw the rest from there. Maybe something like this. Okay, and I just have to check to see, is this shadows on the collar? Can I do whatever I want there? And indeed it is, so I can do whatever I want there. So I will just continue these shadows. Didn't I have this layer locked? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. I forgot that I had this color that's almost the same as my background color right now. So we'll continue these shadows. And we'll just let them come down like this. Let me see. Do I have another good reference? Let me go check my other source here. Just want to see kind of how it looks in some of her other art. But a lot of it is, you know, just covered up by her hands. She likes to put her hands over her chest. Okay. So maybe more like... And this goes out a little bit more. I am just having to guess somewhat, just based on how things stylistically are in other similar images. And that's always a bit tricky. We'll just fill in this whole area with this color. I think that should be fine. Maybe until about here. Yeah, that should look fine. And then I'll just do the rest in this color. Yeah, that looks like a pretty solid little fold. And I think it matches what's drawn in some other media of this character, so I think I can roll with that. Okay, next thing I have to do is get rid of this one. This has been pulled out into its own layer now, so I want to And let it be its own thing, instead of relying on this layer below it. Though I don't think I pulled out this part, so I should just use this color for a lot of it. And it's a bit of an odd color, but it is what I pulled from the original, so I will trust it. There we go. And just continue getting rid of all that. Okay, so that should be most of what I need to get rid of out. Yeah. So this, I think, just needs to extend out this way a little bit more. Just round out this shape. Okay, that's good. And then this part, I think, needs some work, but I don't think I want to do that until I have this symmetrical duplicated onto the other side. And then, well, that's gonna hold the buttons in between. Because I think a lot of that I'm gonna redraw with, like, the symmetry tool and a bunch of stuff like that. Because I think I want the chest area just to be one layer that I merge. So for now, let's just blend all this. I'll just blend it all, make it look nice. Match the style. All the stuff that I've been doing this entire time. There we go. I don't want it to be too soft. Not as soft as that. This really is quite a strong fold. Okay, but here I want this to be super light and fluffy. Like, this disappears into each other. This is just a nice little highlight. And then it has this nice little pink color kind of coming around it. So I want those to disappear into each other. So I'm just treating this very lightly. Very, very lightly. Just so gentle. Barely touching my tablet when I blend those together. Just makes it so light. And so the edges just gradually disappear entirely. I'm not sure about this though. I think I might keep the shape a little bit more like this. Let's just blend this in a little bit more. And we'll bring this light a little bit out, make it a little bit rounder. Just keep going. Yeah, I think this looks better, a little bit rounder. I am just occasionally looking at a couple of other sources just to get an idea for how this artist handles the chest area. And I think for this particular image, this is... yeah, this is about right. Little folds up here. Little folds up here. And then I think I want another color while I blend over here. I also kind of need to straighten out this edge here. I could not see what I was doing when I was making it. Alright. So now let's blend in the shadow. This is for the collar, so I want it to be fairly hard. And I'm not sure what this line is, so I'm gonna get rid of it. It's probably some residue from the original uncut version that I just didn't properly clean up. And if it's not, I'll fix it later. It's like, come on, I can't go and check every little thing. That would take forever. Alright. So I think this area is looking good. Put this little fold in here because I see it kind of hiding. Here we go, because I think that connects down into here. And I kind of want to keep that. I think I want a little bit more of the blue in there. I kind of like that blue shadow color. And we definitely need to get rid of that little red spot right there. There we go. That's definitely an upscale artifact. And this I don't think I'm going to get too particular with until I have the other side done. And already. Ah, that's a hole? Honestly, I'm surprised. I would have thought that all of this would have been filled in. Because I didn't remember actually drawing anything new over there. Okay, well, that's fine. I found it, so it's fixed. And now I'll just go through and blend these couple of shadow areas as much as I want to. It's like this part's a little bit tricky. It's never really going to exist without that crease that I moved onto another layer. But at the same time, I kind of want to have some flexibility in how I'm able to move this, so I don't want it to be, like, too terrible looking. And I still just want them to go into each other. Yeah, the short crease is fairly thick, so I can get away with something like this. There we go. Look at it. It's all disappearing nice and easily without even much effort on my part. I think I'm gonna go redraw all the other parts. The collars and the sleeve. I've already done most of the sleeve, but I might do a little bit more on it. And get some parts underneath. Probably need some parts underneath here. Before I duplicate this over and start worrying about the middle. But my goal is to finish the short today, so I will hopefully get all that done. I will not pass this off to future me. Hopefully current me can just get it all done. There's another little hole there. I am am amazed by the number. I guess I did have to draw a little bit under through here because this is where the coat was covering. Yeah, that makes sense. To do some guessing. Alright, how are we looking? Looking alright. And how does it look with the crease? Yeah, I don't see any shadow parts sticking out in weird places. So I think that's good. It looks like next is the arm, which I do have properly cut. A little bit choppy around the edges. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's clean this up a little bit, and then I want to take a look at some of my other references. Just to see if I can kind of see what her shirt looks like and where some of those creases are. Yeah, I think the, let's see, the crease on the sleeve, there's this crease, the crease on the, above the elbow. So on the arm here is going to be where these split. So yeah, right at the bottom here. So yeah, I don't think I need to draw anymore. It just does mean that this isn't entirely accurate and I should be sending it more this way. Oh, oops. So I will probably do a little bit more work with that. I can redraw that though, that it just needs to come out of this layer. Oh yeah, and I wanted to keep it emergency copy. And I'll just shove this like way at the bottom. Just in case I mess something up. Because that isn't part of the original. Okay. Yeah, this isn't part of the original. This is a piece that I took from another piece of official art. So I don't have it on hand quite as easily as I have a lot of other parts. See if I can't eliminate some of this choppiness around the edges here. There we go. Alright, so first I'm going to remove this crease. And then I will worry about everything else. And I'll just clean up some of these shapes that don't look quite right too. Do both while I'm at it. Alright, unfortunately it's coming off nice and easy. There's large blocks of solid color here. And I guess because that's how I draw. We'll see how easy it gets as I keep going up. But, yeah. Still nice and straightforward. And I think it's okay to just kind of leave this stark contrast between the light and the dark there. Alright. Now I just want to draw a little bit more around here. Let me actually see how all this looks. Yeah, I mean, it looks fine. I just need to put this all in the right place now. Let's do that right now while I'm thinking about it. I need it to go more like this way. Actually, maybe I can have it stop right there, and it just is underneath here. Yeah, I think that actually works. And so it's kind of rolling underneath there and then kind of continues over here. Yeah, I think that works great. I think this is too light, but I will darken it a little after I draw it. Because I can just cheat and lock this layer, and then go pop. And look at that. Now it's the right color. Just a little bit of magic. And honestly, I think it's fine if I just leave it in 2 pieces. Let me just darken this little bit through here, because it looks like I might have erased a little bit too much. But I want to keep it really thin. Perfect. I think that's great. Okay. Now I can just move both of these down below the shirt. And that looks fine, honestly. Oh yeah, I didn't draw the rest of the line there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that before I forget. Let me go on white while I do that. Because otherwise I will definitely not be able to see. Okay, got the layer unlocked. Time to... I don't have the right color, do I? And the line through here was considerably lighter. Not that light, though. There we go, that's better. So I'll just... there we go. Put that back in. Okay. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. So now I will properly go and extend the sleeve. I definitely do not want it to just cut off right there. That would look pretty terrible. Once I started making everything move. So I just wanted to go a little bit further than that. Fill in this void under the arm. Alright. And look at that, it's just all coming right together. It's being nice and easy on me today. So I'm just kind of guessing on some of these shapes. But honestly, I think this is going to be fine. I don't need it to be particularly detailed or anything. I just want to make sure that I have some space to maneuver. Just want to make sure I have some space to maneuver here. I just got to get that in there. Okay, is that enough? This is... yeah, I think this is probably enough. Yeah, this should be enough. Okay, so let's go on black, since I'm apparently having trouble filling in all the holes. And the black makes it really easy to see them on this light gray and white stuff. Yeah. Looks good. So let's just wrap this around like this. Maybe I should actually do it like that. Yeah, I think so. More like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to gray while I fill in the rest of this. Get the shape the way I want it. And then I'll worry about the line afterward. Just because once I start blending, I'm just going to be drawing on top of it anyway, and it's not gonna... It's just gonna get covered up and I'll have to draw it again, so complete waste of time. I know my process. Okay, I think this shape is probably okay. A little bit of a blob right there. A little bit of a hole right there. My goodness. And let's just clean up some of the stuff I see over here that's bothering me. Okay. I should be good to lock the layer now, and then just go in and blend everything together. There we go. Just getting that all in there. I kind of want this to blend a little bit more seamlessly down here. See, this is why I didn't want to do shirt redrawing yesterday. I knew it was going to be a little bit time-consuming and I was a bit tired. When I get tired like that, I just try to do some of the super brain-dead stuff that doesn't require much thought. And then come back the next day with a fresher brain. And I can go in and do some of these things that are a little bit trickier, like this. Like, I can't do this when I'm completely brain dead. It requires thought. But it's okay, there's some brain today. Brain is here. Brain is here and ready to draw. So ready. It is funny how that works out, because I mean, it was just so hard to do anything yesterday. Some days you just get tired. I probably need to get a bit more sleep than I am. It's okay, it happens. Like, who has time for sleeping when there's, you know, art to be done, cool things to be had? Sleeping is just boring, man. I don't get all the people that are just like, yes, my favorite hobby is sleeping. Sounds like such a boring life to me. There's so much to do. I barely tolerate sleeping. I think it's a good way to be. I can't really draw this in black, though. So I'll just have to do my best on gray here. I'm not sure if this needs to be lined, but I guess I'm doing it anyway. I'll just put a thin one up there. I need to clean up a little bit around here. That area's supposed to be a little bit blobby. If anything, maybe I should make this part a little thicker. Okay. What about the rest? Okay. And this is still looking maybe a little bit messier than I want it to be right around here. So I'm gonna go in and very carefully clean some of this. And then I see a little spot right there, but everything else is looking pretty alright. I'm not super great with line art because I don't normally do lines. And then maybe a little off the side over here. Oh yeah, instead of just doing proper lines, I just kind of cheat and treat them like blobs in and of themselves, and then just clean it up as appropriate. That should be fine. Yeah. Alright, so I think that's all redrawn now. Yeah, I should be able to swing that, move it around, and we have plenty of extra underneath the elbow area. Yep. I don't think I need any more than that. So, let's do the collar now. Actually, I guess I should check this. I mean, I think it looks okay. It looks okay when I put it on the shirt. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so yes, color is planned. I think I'll decide how I'm going to, like, extend it and stuff and how it's going to connect in the middle after I draw that part. Unfortunately, it's really quite hard to see how exactly all that should connect because the center of our shirt is all covered in every single one of the official art pieces I can find. So I find it interesting that sometimes she's, in her interrogation shot, she's wearing gloves, but nowhere else. Oh man. Okay, so let's see here. So as far as I can see, the side on the collar on her right side is lower than the one on her left. The left is the one that I've drawn here. So I might be able to just extend it outward, but nah, I'll just do it when once I draw the rest. I'll just start with this one. You can see that there's a little bit of like flesh color peeking out there, so I'm gonna go to black and cut that out. That should not be there. There we go. So I think that's probably good. And then I would need to figure out how I'm gonna handle lines, because I don't think I should line the top part there. Let me check how it looks with the back of the shirt here. Yeah, this should all be unlined, and it looks like the line is already starting in the right place here, so everything above that should not be lined. Fortunately, this is on the top, so I don't have anything that I just really need to draw at the moment. Like I might later, once I have to figure out what the heck is going to go on down here. So let me just edit out some of these pink artifacts that I don't think are supposed to be there. And the rest I can just kind of fix my inability to draw cut consistent line width over here. And the rest I will leave for later. Nothing to redraw here. Awesome. So there's going to be a little bit to redraw here. Just because I do need to draw it a little further out. I need to have it extend underneath the collar a little bit. We'll do something like this, kind of decide exactly how I want it to extend through here. Probably somewhere around there. And then on this black layer, I want to better get this light part that kind of connects here drawn in. That looks much better. Now we can go back to gray. And I can hide this. And then smooth this out. Get the shapes I want. And make sure everything is all checking out properly. There we go. This should give me plenty of room to move it around during turns in order to create some nice three-dimensional effect once it comes time to rig this. And actually, before I line this, I want to check the original. Did the original have lines around here? I guess I wouldn't know because it's covered up by the coat. Okay. I get to do what I want. And we're gonna put some lines on. But only on this side. And then just a little bit over here. Perfect. Alright, now I just have one more little piece. And I think that will be it for the shirt. So there's just this tiny little flap that goes underneath here. So let's go ahead and draw how he's going to extend. Probably don't need to extend this one as much. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I want to make sure that everything that was in the original cut is still there. Because the goal here is to make it longer, not to make it smaller. I want to make sure there's no holes or anything. And then it has a little bit of a line here. I can't see, so we're going to draw this line on black. Perfect. Just like that. Okay, and that should be everything of the shirt redrawn. like this line? I don't think I do, actually. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. But I have to be very careful about how I erase this, so let's turn the shirt off. And we'll just gently erase there. Yeah. That looks much better. Alright. So I think it's ready to be copied over. I guess I can do the back real quick. The back is mostly going to be done elsewhere, so I'm not actually sure how much I need to redraw here. But I do need to duplicate this. So the back is going to be just the one layer here, and then I'm going to draw behind the neck. So this way I can safely move the neck around. And the shirt, for that matter. Alright, and I need to be naming these for left and right. And I was not doing that. Ooh, I'm glad that I noticed. Yeah, shirt is gonna be shirt. Okay, so that should make it a bit easier to deal with. So we'll duplicate this entire group. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do some edits on the arm for this side, but we'll just leave it like that for now. And let's see. Yeah, I probably do want to draw some of that a little bit more nicely. I'll hide this again. And then I want to take this shirt layer, move it down to the other shirt layer, and we will merge these. It's going to be right. So I'm just going to rename things real quick. Unfortunately, still cannot type and talk at the same time. I lack those skills. That's very unfortunate. Now I'd have to care about layer order. I'm gonna go put these together. Guess I'll put the right ones on top. Short crease with the other short crease. And then the collars with the other collars. There we go. And now I can get rid of this group. Don't need that anymore. I'm just gonna have them all together. Okay. So now what I need to do from here is I need to draw the center. Right now, the symmetry on it is a little bit awkward, I think. I actually want to take a look at the original and see how it looks there. I might steal a little bit from there. Yeah, you can see. Let's get everything properly filled in real quick. I'm just gonna go use my symmetry tool for this. And this will keep everything nice and symmetrical while I figure out what the heck I'm doing. just go across. Fill in the spots here. As you can see, I don't know. I think the symmetry looks a bit strange. I'll make it a little bit more asymmetrical. Then I'm going to reduce the opacity just a bit. Okay, before I can reduce the opacity, I need a proper color. I might actually want this color for what it seems to be doing here. And then I'm going to draw shadow. Actually, maybe I don't. I do want this color. Okay. I just want to draw the shadow up here. Oh no, that was me just saying things. Okay. I do want this color. Changing my mind all over the place here. I do something like this. And I can keep it a bit lighter through there. And then we'll do a little bit right here. Come back up. Get my lighter color. Probably this one. From the chest? Yes, it is from the chest. So I do want my very light one. And we'll come right through here. And right through here. I'm not sure what this line's supposed to be, so I'm not going to copy that one. And I'll just do it like this. And let's see, this line could be more like... Oh, I see, that's from the collar. I do want to make this collar a little bit lower. So I might do something like that. So sure, we'll add a little shadow right through here. And then down into where I guess the button holder will be once I draw it. Okay, so this side will look more like this. And I think the symmetry over here is fine. I just needed to break things up over here. And then I have no idea what to do for over here, so let's just make up some shapes. Okay. So that's good. Let me take a look at some other references real quick. Let's see here. Do I have a good idea of how the button-up part of our shirt is going to look? And which layer do I want this on? I want it underneath the collar, so I'll just put it directly above the shirt. And it looks like it's just all buttoned up. It's very difficult to tell. But I think I can just take this light color, kinda draw through here. Oh yeah, I can kind of tell how far it'll go based on where that fold was. Okay, so I guess it's good that I drew out the fold there. This I pretty much just have to draw from scratch. But I think I'm getting a feel for how this artist handles the clothing folds in Shalom's shirt. So I should be able to kind of fake it. And then this kind of, I guess, blouse. I know roughly what kind of buttons are normally on them, so I should just be able to do something similar. Yeah. I wish I could just draw this all in one stroke. And this is all in a separate layer just because being able to create a degree of like 3D effect from it would be nice. It'll make it easier to move around when she's turning her body left and right. I'd mirror the layer, but I don't think that would do very much for me. Because it's symmetrical. Oh man, I always struggle trying to get my areas just the same width all the way through. Because I do want it to be relatively straight until I draw all the folds. Well, since I'm going to draw folds anyway, I might as well just do it now. This is probably fine. Okay, and I don't think I want super dark folds here, so I think I'm going to use this color for it. So based on this, it seems like there's a little fold like through here. Probably under here. Maybe something like this. And I can make it just generally a little bit darker right through there. And then I am going to want like a crease in the center. Or, let me think. Yeah, not the center. The crease would be on this side, I think. Does it normally go on the left or the right? Okay, no, I have to find a proper reference for that. To know where that crease goes. Yeah, just her left, my right. I had the image right in my head. But it's okay. It's good to check. I don't want this to get too blended, but I also don't want it to be overly dark. Maybe something... Let me see, how do the folds on that normally work? Just staring at a reference here, trying to see how it works in real life to give me some inspiration for how I should actually go about drawing this. So that kind of thing can help. I think it's going to be something like this. Yeah, that's about right. Wonderful. And this will be a little bit harder. I'm following this fold here and this fold here. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks nice. And then looking at it, typically there is a seam on this side, but for the most part it's part of the same cloth. So I kind of want this to be blending in a little bit. We'll make sure kind of follow that. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go back to the other layer for a little bit, but I at least have the start here. And I do want a dark spot on this side. where it kind of fades in. Or, yeah, I guess where it just casts a drop shadow over on the other side. I'm just putting it on this layer because that makes sense to me. That just makes sense to me. Might as well go with whatever happens to make sense. I don't think I need a new layer for this cast shadow because it's not very noticeable. I'm just gonna draw it right there. Treat it kind of like line art. There we go, something like that. And then I think before I can do any more, I have to just figure out what everything else looks like. So I can just go back to working on the shirt here. It's like this color isn't going to change very much. This one might. So it's safe, perfectly safe to just draw on this side. Lock the layer so I don't mess things up. And I think I'll actually make this little shape like this. Where it's kinda just coming out. I think I actually want this yellow to be more like this blue. I can keep a little bit of it further down, but I didn't like that very much. I think some of that yellow might have just been a bit of artifacting from improper colors. And then I noticed that there's a few colors on here I don't like, so I'm just kind of shave them off a little bit. Okay. So this should give me a good place to start for this side. We're gonna do something like this. I'm not exactly sure where that color's going yet, so let's see here. I will draw that a little bit later. I'll just blend these parts of the armpit into here. I think that should look fine. This way they will start blending nice and smoothly. From the part that's supposed to be unique to this side to the part that's symmetrical. So I don't have to redraw the entire thing. Save myself a little bit of trouble there. We'll bring this all the way down here. And I'll have to alter the crease on this side a little bit, I think. Need to take this light color. I think it can stay. I just want to feather out the edges a little bit so it's not quite so harsh. There we go. Much better. And back down to the shirt. Let's add just a little touch of lightness down here. Because I think it's a little monotonous relative to this illustrator's normal way of drawing clothes. I think I can add a little light area down here. Yeah, just like that. And I think this blue color is a little bit nicer than whatever I'm using here, so we'll make it a little bit bluer. Alright, I think that's good. Let's figure out this collar then. Like, I think I can leave it mostly symmetrical like this. So I'll hide the shirt. Yeah, I'll hide the original too. I was thinking about keeping it for reference. No, I think I will keep it for reference just to get an idea of how much further down it should go. But I will hide the one... Where is it? Well, of course I'm not going to see it. Where are you? It's the right on the top of the bottom. It's the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna have to hide the original just so I can find the layer. Because I can't find it. Where'd it go? There you are, okay. Got a little bit lost there. But it's okay, I found it. I found the layer. Did I mess something up here? Why was transform freaking out? Okay, well I guess I won't just do a basic transform then. Well that's gonna make things annoying. I just want to do the liquefy. Oh well, I guess I'll just deal with it acting a little bit strange. Why is it moving it like it's a group? There is no reason it should be moving this like it's a group. I'm not moving the shirt, I'm on this layer specifically. What the heck? You work normally, right? Yeah? Does this fix it? Are you still freaking out? Okay. I'm not sure what was up with that, but I'm glad it's better. Now I can just kinda pull this downward a little bit instead of having to pull shenanigans. Give me a little bit less to redraw, and I appreciate that. I'm still gonna keep it mostly symmetrical. Okay. Now I should be able to turn off the original and turn the shirt back on. And this should give me a good idea of how all of this is going to shake out. How does this work anyway? I guess it's just supposed to end before it goes in there. Okay. I can do that. So that's you, right? So you're just gonna kind of go in like this. And then the other one will kind of go around. Oh, not that brush. We'll kind of go around like this. This is just finding the balance of where exactly I should be drawing all this. And then it kind of, at this point I'm kind of just making it up I think it does something like this. And it's fine. I'm gonna have to redo a bunch of those lines anyway. Okay. So I think that's supposed to be like that. And the other one... The other one... Okay, there it is. Getting lost in the layers again. As I do. Bring it down a little bit more. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Just gotta clean all this up a little bit. Extend this all the way. And then I'll lock the layer, blend the colors just a little bit. Areas here is pretty hard, so I don't need to do too much blending. Just... There we go. Just enough. Enough. Now I can put the line back on. And there we go. I think that's good for that color. Now I'll do the other one. And I don't mind leaving little folds in there. I think having it shaped like this is okay. Is that part of the shirt sticking out? Oh no, I was just on the wrong layer. Okay. That would do it. So the line here is going to be a little bit blurry since I used the liquify tool to move things around. So I will have to clean that up a little bit. Make sure it's not blurry. Most of this line is going to have to be redrawn, so I'm not being super precise. I'm just making sure there's no, like, blurry pieces sticking out there. Just get rid of any potential blurry spots before I go in and redraw the entire line. Just don't want anything sticking out and messing things up. Oh yeah, that's right. This part is also like that. It's okay. I think I'm gonna handle the back of the shirt another day. It's getting a bit late. I think I might just do all the back parts together once I do the back of the jacket and all that good stuff. Just bring about front half today. Okay. So let's unlock the layer, blend out the colors a little bit before I do lines. Layer didn't lock. That's fine. I think that's a hole right there, so I'll go fill that in before I lock the layer. Okie dokie. Go in there, and then I know there's darker color up here. I think I want that little bit of this right in here. There we go. And I think that looks fine. Unlock it. To go through and I redraw this line. Pretty much the entire thing. Unlike the other side where I just had to redraw a small piece of it. Here I changed a lot more, so there's just a lot more that needs to be fixed. Cannot draw on this gray with gray. I just cannot see. Yeah, this is much easier to see with. we'll just go through and make this line nice again. Make sure there's no blurriness on the liquify tool or anything like that. I'd be more worried about up here, but the other side is looking about the same, so I think that's just how it looks. And there we go. I'm gonna draw for this part first. Although, I should actually probably have this. We're gonna bring on the liquify again. Over here. Which means I'm gonna have to redraw some lines. Alas. I should have checked this first. It's alright. I can fix it. I can fix it. It's all good. Alright, that looks much better. Let's get the bottom two. There we go. That should be good. And actually, I think on the button holder, I will use this color on a hard brush. Kinda get in there. And define that shadow a little bit better. I don't mind it being a little thicker at the bottom. There we go. Alright, so now I should be able to pretty safely put all this stuff in. It won't be exactly like the original, but most of the original is just covered up by hair and all this other stuff, so I'm having to guess anyway. So if I'm having to guess, I might as well make it the way I want. Just keep all these nice little lines that I had in there at some point. I think they look nice, so we'll keep them. Alright, let's hide the collar. And we'll get in there. And do it like this. I don't think I need to go all the way up. Let me put the collar back on. I'll just do part. Much like I did on the other side. But I think up until about here looks okay. We'll just very lightly paint through here. Some darkness. There we go. Want a little bit more shadow right there. I think that's good though. I'll just make sure that they all work together. Okay. I think that's pretty good, and all the weirdness around the cemetery is gone now. So I can just go into making this button holder right. I think I'll draw the buttons themselves next time though. So I'll go in here and make these parts match where all the folds and stuff are. Because the colors here should be fairly similar. I don't think I need to make it like seamlessly match or anything, but this is how a lot of this should look, I think. So even on my reference here, they don't 100% match up. They just kind of follow the same curvatures. Still looking a little bit muddy on the button holder. Everything else I think looks okay though. Alright, let me, before I do anything else, smooth out the top of that button holder. Where's the other color? Is that you? Okay. I just want to smooth out the top here. And make sure it's all drawn nicely. There we go. I just don't want it to look messy when I go to mesh it and all that good stuff. Oh shoot, I still have symmetry on. And now I just gotta... Right now I was looking a little more like thick cloth than this nice thin cloth that it actually is, so I'm going back and kind of fixing some of that. Let me lighten up some of these shadows. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Yeah, I think so. Okay, and I did bring it up a little bit too high. But alright, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's just get the line back that I partially covered up here. There we go. And then I think I want one of the lighter lines over on this side. Just to separate it a little bit. Because on my references, I was noticing that a lot of them had these little seams on the buttons. Yeah. So I'll keep the dark one on this side because that's where you would open it up. And then I'll make it a little bit lighter on this side because that's just where it's sewn into the fabric. Alright, I think that's the shirt. Done! And I do think that is where I will leave it there for today. So let's go turn on all the layers. Most of this will be stuff that you can't really see, but that's okay. It'll be noticeable when the time comes. Actually go and rig all this. Coat, the necklace, the head. So there we go, that's where we are now. Say we're getting there. I have a lot of the harder stuff done. Let's see, the shirt was the one thing that I was definitely worried about. There's still some parts in the coat that look like it'll be hard, particularly in the back of it here. But, a lot of the rest looks relatively straightforward. Oh yeah, and I still have to figure out how I'm gonna make There's some in here. Sure, I'll spin. I think I know I'm gonna do that. I couldn't find any tutorials on it, but I have ideas to try. But for now, I will end for today, so thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at any of your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, anything else you can think of, feel free to add me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.